Hello, hello. Happy Monday morning, everyone. I'm here, Marisa Chadwick. I'm an online content strategist and certified copywriter, and I'm here to welcome you this Monday morning in this live stream that I'm doing every day of the week, Monday through Friday, bringing you a little bit of encouragement so that you can continue your online business. So let me close a few windows here and we will get started. I'm so excited to be here. Hang on just a second while I pull a few things up and get things closed up because there's just too many windows open. So let me see here. Hang on just a second. There we go. All right. We're looking good. Yes, sirree. All righty. Well, I'm excited for Monday morning. I had an interesting, fun weekend. Kind of had a little bit of fun, did a little bit of work, and brainstormed some ideas of some new things that I want to do this second quarter. So I'm hoping that you are planning the second quarter and the pandemic is not creating a little hitch in your productivity, in your vision, in the purpose, in the destiny that you have in front of you. Let me check here. Hey, Tara, good morning. How are you? Good to see you, my friend. Oh, my weekend was great. I hope your weekend was great too. And Tara is my keto coach. She's amazing. I'll put a link of her YouTube channel. And she has helped me get into a keto lifestyle that is very healthy. And she's also my accountability buddy. So I realized over the weekend that I kind of slacked off on my walking. And Tara, you are probably happy to hear that I went walking this morning at 4 a.m. That's about the only time that I can do it to be able to get my shower in and be ready for this Facebook Live. But that's one of my updates. Part of my second quarter is to get back in my rhythm of walking, which I absolutely love walking. I always feel better when I'm walking. But it is dark. It's literally walking is my babe cave. And it looks like because it's dark. You can't see a whole lot. Oh, she's like, woohoo, how was the walk? Amazing. Yes, it was amazing. And no moon, no sun, but me in my babe cave and just enjoying it, listening to my Bible, listening to scriptures, just getting filled up for the week. So I was excited that I got to do that. And I made it on time. I wasn't sure if I was going to be half put together or not by 7:30. So weekend was fun. What we did, everybody in the family, we're all scrunched together. We're trying not to have cabin fever. And we decided to see who picks the movie. Because if you have kids always want to watch the cartoons. The adults, as much as they want to, let the kids watch cartoons. It can get old fast. So what we did is we put the letters of the alphabet A through Z in a baseball hat, mixed it all up. We played rock, paper, scissors to see who would draw a letter. And then the person that drew the letter, if it was an R, they'd have to think of a movie that started with R. It could be any movie of their choice. Raiders of the Lost Ark, whatever it is. Okay, it could be, what's that one? Richie Rich, if you're a kid, whatever movie you wanted. Oh my gosh, Tara's chiming in here. She got her husband to do a dance workout with her. Kudos to you. Oh my gosh. We have to be creative, don't we? Because we may be in quarantine, but that doesn't mean we can't have a little bit of fun. And that doesn't mean we can't meet socially this way in a virtual setting. So we did that and we had a lot of fun until I started winning each time and they didn't want to watch my movies. So they got a little tired of my movies. So I probably picked worse movies than the cartoons. And I also was brainstorming. I've decided to start writing my Kindle book. In fact, part of it is already written. And it's one of the things I've decided to do in the second quarter is publish a long overdue Kindle book. Now, I must have spent 2 or 3 hours yesterday just figuring out the heading and the subheading, the subtitle to it. So who knows how long it's going to take me to get this thing written. Oh my gosh. I'm reading these comments. Yes, absolutely. So that was my weekend, just taking care of some loose ends. There's so many loose ends that take up our time. like doing the laundry or bookkeeping, all those like little stuff that by the time you do it all, 5 hours go by, but they need to be done. So my encouragement today is pandemic doesn't have to affect your freedom of choice, right? And you are free to choose what you need, even though in the situation that we're in right now, I'm not trying to minimize it at all. It's all a very real thing that we are facing right now, but we still have choices that we can make as far as how we're going to move forward in a positive way. Let me give you an example. You see the plant behind me? I don't know if it's to your left or right. It's to my left, sort of. It's to my left, and it looks like it's to my left. But in any event, that plant has been there, and I love that plant. But I can get so busy that I neglect it, and it really is a dramatic plant. It begins to completely droop, and the leaves literally cover the basket, the pot that it's in. It just like droops. And I have these virtual calls all the time. My friend Alicia, will go on a virtual call. By the end of the session, she goes, Marisa, and I go, yes. She goes, water your plant. She's always telling me, water your plant. And I feel like such an abusive owner of the poor plant. I don't water it. But here's my point. We can get so busy or so focused on other things that we neglect what we need to water. And so today, I want to challenge you to water what needs to grow in yourself. Water what needs to grow. Don't neglect yourself like I neglected my poor plant. Have you noticed this a little perk here, though? She said this so many times that I am very intentional about watering it because it needs water 2 or 3 times a week, amazing enough as it is. Usually I'm used to plants that only need water like once every 2 weeks, but this one, no. But we're kind of like that. We need to water what needs to grow within us, and we can't neglect it on a daily basis. And so my encouragement to you is to water what needs to grow inside of you. It could be something like water your faith. Maybe your faith needs a little boost. Maybe you need to spend some time. Daily Audio Bible is a wonderful podcast. I love it. They read the scriptures a little bit each day, and they go through the Bible an entire year. Maybe you need to water your faith. Maybe you need to water your knowledge. Maybe it's a time to get to that course that you purchased 6 months ago that you never got to, or time to read a book that maybe you started and never finished, or maybe get a new book, maybe get an audiobook from Audible. Maybe it's time to water knowledge for yourself. Maybe it's wellness. Like I was challenged. You're neglecting your wellness. And so now I'm going to try to, I did go outside over the weekend and try to move around. Like I looked really strange, swinging my arms, moving around, trying to do jumping jacks outside. Because my family, they're merciless. They make fun of me. So they just that's just the way they are. They like to tease everybody. And so maybe you need to water wellness, or maybe you need to water joy, right? There's a lot that we can be thankful for and joyful for. As much as we're like crowding each other and we're starting to feel sort of cabin fever, I'm so thankful that our family, we're here, and my son's not living with us, but he's okay. He's doing fine, and he's healthy, he's fine. So what else can I ask for? So sometimes we need to just realize that tension is always going to be in the midst of our lives, but that can coexist with inner joy. We can have inner joy in the midst of external tension. And the other thing I wanted you to water, which kind of segues into the business aspect of this live stream, is water your vision. Water your vision for yourself and for your business. So as I was thinking about this, that's probably why the Kindle book idea kind of came up, because I have been wanting to write a book for a while, and I felt like I needed to water my vision of what it is that I wanted to accomplish throughout this year, and not let the pandemic get in the way of making those choices that I need to make on a daily basis to continue to move forward. So, I'm preaching to myself when I'm talking about water the things that need to grow inside of you, just like watering my plant back there. So that plant is going to be my little reminder. Every time I see it drooping, I'm going to ask myself, have I been watering the things that I want to grow in myself, as well as watering my poor plant? So in vision, when you have a vision, you got a plan to execute. I don't know how you can get around this. You can't just have an idea and just kind of figure that you're going to follow through with it. It's so true. So many experts have said that. You've got to write down, you've got to have a strategic plan. And I am very structured in this way, right? I'm very structured with plan. I'm the type A, okay? I'm one of those people. I'm the type A person. So I have tried different ways, different calendars, different schedulers, handwritten, digital, you name it. I've tried it to find what works best. And I finally just made up my own worksheet that works well for me. And the sheet is made for a week's worth of work. And I have my 3 top things that I want to do each day. I have my appointments in there. I have my priority tasks, and I have my administrative tasks because they're different. I'm going to be talking more about this in a webinar that I'm having tomorrow, Tuesday, the 7th, Wednesday, the 8th, and Thursday, the 9th. It's a free webinar. I'm going to talk about, if any of you have been interested in launching a business, or maybe you feel stuck right now with your online business, watch this webinar. This is going to really help you, because I have nailed down what the progress I've made in the last 2 months is probably more progress than I made in a year before, because of the way I'm looking at things and I'm prioritizing. And I'm going to do more of that. But let me share some of quotes from John C. Maxwell that I absolutely love from Today Matters. He says, each choice is a crossroads. Okay, you know what a crossroads is. One way is going to go one direction, the other way is going to go in the other direction. So your choice is a crossroads, one that will either confirm or compromise your commitments. Each choice is a crossroad, one that will either confirm or compromise your commitments. And it's so true. Once you create your plan, you have your vision, you write down your plan, you figure out how you're going to execute that plan. Each choice you make throughout the day is going to either confirm your commitment or it's going to compromise your commitment. So you got to see how that's going to work for you. Tara was saying we should talk about how to make this into a resilient creator planner. You know, I've thought about that. I've had other people say, why don't you share your planner? You know, and I just like, it just seems like whenever you share a planner, people say, oh, but I don't do it that way. You know, it just seems like, but I should just do it anyway for those people that would resonate with. But it seems, and I've seen some awesome planners. And the one I use, you know, the latest one that I've used, the Cultivate What Matters, I think that's what it's called, that I shared the other day, Cultivate What Matters 2020 Power Sheets. I really love this planner with all my little stickers in there, because my granddaughter loves to give me stickers. But maybe I should share that. And so I'm going to think about that, maybe even, you know, create that as a PDF or something. But it's important to know that this pandemic is not going to affect our choices of what we're going to choose to work on. And it's important to have a plan to execute. You've heard this before, but let me tell you, there are so many people that just drift. They drift into the next thing that pops up in their notifications. They just drift with whatever new thing is out there. They just drift, and we can drift inwardly as well. We can drift and listen to the news and get, you know, fearful. We can drift all these directions, and we have to just stop drifting and anchor ourselves based on our values and what we believe and what our goals are and what our purpose is, what our destiny is. That's so important to me, to be lined up with why am I here on planet Earth? Not just suck up air. Why am I here? What is my contribution? And it could be a small contribution, it could be a big contribution, but by golly, it's going to be a contribution, right? And so, so it's really important to plan these things out. And of course, I love Brian Tracy. He's probably one of the first productivity people I ever read years ago. Just love him. And he says that every minute you spend planning saves you 10 minutes of execution. Oh, how true is that? I planned out the whole Facebook Live for this week yesterday, planned it out. It was so much easier going into the week, this morning, knowing that the heart of it, the meat of it was already planned out. It does save you a lot of time. So just think of it, 6 minutes of planning will save you 60 minutes a day. 6 minutes of planning can save you an hour a day if you just plan and then execute the plan and stay within that. Now, I'm not saying, be rude or anything if something pops up, but you're at least leaving margin for those times when something does pop up and you need to be there for someone. At least gives you that margin to be able to be available for other people. So what do you do as a business? What do you plan? What's important if you're in the online space? Now, I will make a statement. I believe there's two things that are really important if you're in the online space. Now, some people may argue, but I believe growing your email list is extremely important. And I'll explain what that is in a second. And I also believe that growing your platform is extremely important. So what do I mean by this in the online space? What it is to grow your email as you are in the online space, and as you're sharing content, as you're serving others, and as you're supporting others, you need to do this in order to be known online, but you need to be able to connect with people that resonate with your message, and you need to find a way to continue to connect with them. And the best way is to have an email. This is your greatest asset, because these are people that already know you, they trust you, they like you, they want to know more about you. And so you want to grow that email list. So how do you do it? I mean, you don't just get a Gmail account. You have to get an email service provider, and there's lots of them. You've heard of MailChimp, you've heard of ConvertKit. I use ActiveCampaign because I like the CRM in it, because I like to see data, and it's important for me to be able to see that. And so I use ActiveCampaign, but there's lots of MailChimp is free. You could always start with that. Back in the day, I started with Constant Contact, then I had MailChimp, then I had ConvertKit, and now I'm in ActiveCampaign. So I'm kind of all over the place. Yes, Tara says now is a great time to grow email list and platform. Absolutely. Why? Because people are online. They're online. They're home. So it's no better time to do that and to grow your email list. Now, some people will spend their time, the peak hours of the day, maybe going through a course or maybe some other things. And I'm going to talk more about this in the webinar. So I hope you join me for the webinar. But I've really come to the conclusion after seeing what an email list has done for me, that the email list is the biggest thing that you can have. And all you're doing is giving some type of content that someone wants in a summarized form in exchange for an email address, or maybe launching a contest where they have an entry to win something and they give you an email address. Whatever it is, you become creative, and there's ways of doing this strategically to be able to get that email list. The other part is the platform. The platform is just how you present yourself, or how you allow yourself to be known online. That's your platform. Now, perhaps like this live show is a way for you to get to know me and know who I am and what I'm about and what I share and what my niche is. It's a platform for you to get to know me. And of course, I'm talking about my webinar. I'm sharing that tomorrow I'm going to have a webinar, and I will share the link on how people can register. That's a way to not only support and help you, but it's a way to grow my email list. So this is a way to build my platform, and it's also a way through a webinar to not only build my platform, but also grow my email list. Is that starting to make sense? I mean, the platform is a way that makes you visible, and social media is a way to do that, to grow your platform. Being a guest on a podcast can be a way to grow your platform. Being a guest on a YouTube channel can be a way to grow your platform. It's a way that you grow your audience, and then when you grow your audience reach, you try to engage those people to follow you in this journey by giving you an email list. I hope that makes sense, because it's so important to do that. And yet so many of us can get caught up in the tech, and and I'm guilty of it. Sometimes we need to find the fastest way to revenue simply because we need to begin to outsource. And isn't that a good thing, to hire other people and generate money and circulate money, and to be able to earn income, and then to hire people, outsource things so that you can focus on what's important in creating content. So again, never before has there been a time. There's a lot of people that are home. There's some people that they're in a pivot, and they're looking for a next step. And you may have that next step for them. You may have the answer to their problem. You may have that solution. So now is a good time. And it doesn't matter what field you're in either. There's so many people, whether you're in the health niche, whether you are a writer, a speaker, whether you provide a service, there's so many ways that you can serve that audience. So today I just wanted to make sure that I communicated the fact that the pandemic does not have to affect your freedom of choice. You can make choices right now, and you can move forward in your business or ministry. Some people, want to launch a ministry or a nonprofit or something like that. So now is a good time to do that. Now is not the time to drift or to stand still. Now is the time to just move forward and realize that we don't have that many distractions around. I mean, we are pretty much at home, right? And so I just want to encourage you to know that you have choices. Begin to water what needs to grow in you. Make a plan, and then execute the plan. And I know that a lot of this, just from experience, is you can't do it alone. If you stay plugged in, if you watch this live stream, if you join me for the masterclass that I'm doing tomorrow and Wednesday and Thursday, you can pick whichever one you want, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. They're at different times. You begin to connect with communities, and we need that. We're better together. We need to connect with communities. And so I'm part of a mastermind. I've led masterminds. I'm currently leading a group coaching. I have a one-on-one client that I coach. So people can't do it alone. They need people to support them and help them. And sometimes we are too close to our own situation to see the simple answer, right? And so anyway, I just wanted to share that today. Tara, I wish you well. Have a great day, Tara. I know she is busy as well as myself, just maximizing this time to help people get healthy, because we need to build up our immune system, right? That's one thing. We do have a choice, right? We have a choice. And Tara is just sharing this on YouTube, that you can do something right now. You can build up your immune system. You can avoid certain foods. You can eat other certain foods. You can exercise. And of course, she got me going out today, walking in the dark. My babe cave is very dark at 4 in the morning. So I hope you have a wonderful week this week. It is, I'm a person of faith, so it is what they call Holy Week. Friday is Good Friday. I am going to be live on Friday with a very special Good Friday message. I've already got that planned out, and I'm excited for it, actually, and what it all represents, and Easter around the corner on Sunday. I think it'd be a great reminder for us all. So have a wonderful week, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.